Hello, once again welcome to Mahobad Education YouTube channel. Myself Somalingam Uppula, School Assistant to Biological Science from ZPHS Penugonda, Mandal K Samudram. Today our topic is control and coordination in plants. In the previous videos we discussed thoroughly about control and coordination in animals. So mostly in the animals, control and coordination is completely maintained by two different systems. They are nervous system and endocrine system. But in the plants, plant doesn't have the specific system for coordination. Plants, they don't have the nervous system as well as they don't have the defined endocrine system also. Though the plant, they don't have the specific system for coordination like nervous and endocrine system. Some chemicals play an important role in the coordination in plants. Very low concentration, some chemicals in the plants have the capability to control and coordination of different type of actions and activities in the plants. First we have a doubt. Does a plant make any response to a stimulus or changes in its surroundings? Do the plants have the ability to make a response? So this issue we can easily understand by taking an example as touch me not, Attipatti, a small plant. Attipatti or touch me not, the scientific name is Mimosa pudica. By discussing the responses in the Attipatti or touch me not, we can easily understand the mechanism of control and coordination also present in the plant like the animals. Of course, in the animals we have the endocrine as well as nervous system, but in the plants they don't have the specific system for coordination like nervous and endocrine, but the plant has the ability to maintain the control and coordination with a small amount of chemicals are known as hormones. So first we discussed the responses in Attipatti. So Attipatti is a plant leaf. When you touch, immediately the leaves are folded. The base of the leaf, which is wide in the size, known as pulvini. Pulvini has more amount of intercellular spaces as well as which has huge amount of water. Due to the water concentration in the pulvini, it has a specific pressure. Due to that pressure only the leaf gets erected. Listen to me carefully. When you touch Attipatti leaf, immediately the leaves are folded. So actually the base of the leaf, which is wider in the size, which is filled with a huge amount of intercellular spaces as well as water. So due to the water in the pulvini, the leaf gets some amount of force, a type of mechanical support. Due to that firmness, that support only, leaf become erected. So when we touch, due to the impulses reached to the leaf, now the water from the pulvini escaped into the remaining places of the leaf. By losing the water of the pulvini, which loses the firmness, that is why the leaf become folded. When you touch the Attipatti leaf, which shows the folding in the form of response known as thigmonasty. So anyway, by learning this easy example, here we have a simple statement is that plants also have the ability to make responses like the animals for the stimulations around its surroundings. And of course, plants can respond to mostly different type of stimulations like touch, light, temperature, pressure, water and chemicals. So plant, it has the power to make some responses to specialized stimulations like touch, light, temperature, water, pressure and chemicals. So from centuries onwards, scientists are doing number of experiments to know the mechanism involved in the coordination in plants. So the growth and development in the plant, how it is being controlled. To know this issue, From centuries onwards, huge number of scientists are working. Apart from this type of experiments, the most important scientists, Charles Darwin and Francis Darwin, his son, who did the experiments on the plant to know how the plant growth was taking place. So the growth and development in the plant, how it is controlled. To know this issue, Darwin and his son, they wanted to know by doing some experiments. So by doing some experiments, they proposed that some chemicals and substances play an important role in the growth and development of plants. And of course, they could not succeed in the isolate of the chemicals, but they proposed, they assumed that some influences, some substances are playing an important role in the plant in the coordination. They play an important role in the growth and development of the plant. Later on, in the year 1926, one more important scientist, F.W. went again the same type of experiments by using the again Avena sativa, oat plant and agar block. Finally, he identified that plant is moving toward the light. So the growth of the plant is controlled by some chemicals which are assumed by the Darwin. So the moment the plant is moving towards the light, the information first time identified by Darwin and his son. The same type of experiments was done by F.W. Went. While he was conducting the experiments, again they identified plant was growing. After doing some more experiments, he isolated the chemical, the influence. Darwin was assumed influence a substance which was identified first time by F.W. Went, and he gave the name as auxin. Means some chemicals, so very low concentration in the plant, they have the ability to maintain the coordination of various activities in the plant. Though the plant doesn't have nervous and endocrine system, with the help of small amount of some hormones known as phytohormones or growth regulating hormones or whatever the chemicals, they have the ability to maintain the coordination of various activities in the plant. So first time the type of chemical which was assumed by Darwin, the chemical was isolated and identified first time by F.W. Went, and he gave the name as auxin. Auxin means to increase the growth. So various type of hormones have been identified so far. The first phytohormone auxin was identified and name was given by F.W. Went. Actually we have different type of phytohormones in the plant for growth and development in the plant. They are auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, abscisic acid and ethylene. So with the help of these 5 different type of phytohormones, they have the power to maintain the control and coordinate the plant without having any problem. These 5 hormones are known as growth regulating hormones or growth hormones. So here we have the 5 different type of growth hormones. They are auxins, gibberellins, cytokinins, abscisic acid and ethylene. Now we will discuss one by one in detail. First one is auxin. Auxin means to increase. So due to this hormone only, plant has the all-round development, all-round growth is enhanced by a hormone known as auxin. Especially the growth in the stem and leaves, in roots and fruits, the growth is enhanced by, controlled by important hormone known as auxin. Not only growth as well as differentiation at the embryonic level. At the embryonic stage, differentiation for roots and stem also maintained by a hormone known as auxin. So actually in the plant cell which is covered by cellulose, a type of polysaccharide. So due to auxin, the cellulose becomes loose. So when the cellulose becomes loose, automatically the cell has the power to enlarge the size. So due to enlargement of the cells, by losing the cellulose with the action of the auxin, a hormone, now plant has the ability to grow very fastly. Mostly we can see growth in the stem and roots. Due to the auxin only, the cellulose, a type of polysaccharide around the cell known as cell wall. Now cell wall becomes loosened automatically. It leads to enlargement of the cell. It leads to high growth rate in the stem and as well as in the roots. The hormone is known as auxin. So not only growth and differentiation, which plays an important role in the phototropism as well as geotropism. First time phototropism was identified by Darwin as well as F.W. Went also. So now the phototropism, all the plants, they want to grow toward the sunlight, known as phototropism. This was also due to a hormone's action known as auxin. For example, here we have a tip of the plant. Now, when the light beam is focused on one side, from the tip of the plant, below the tip of the plant, there is a focusing of the light. Now from this portion, auxins escaped into back portion, in the shade portion. When the auxins are escaped into shade portion, now it gets accumulated. So due to accumulation of auxins in the shade region, due to enlargement, high growth in the shade region, automatically plant wants to grow towards the light. The phenomena is known as phototropism. Photo means light, tropism means movements towards. So the plant is moving towards the light, known as phototropism, again due to a hormone known as auxin. First time the movement of the plant toward the light was identified by Darwin. F.W. Went also. So why a plant is showing the phototropism means again due to the presence of auxin, a phytohormone. So when the tip of the plant, the light is focused on one region, from this portion auxins escape into shade region. Due to accumulation of auxins in that region, here we have the high growth rate, enlargement of cell. That is why plant wants to grow by bending toward the light, known as phototropism. And the roots always want to grow toward the earth, known as geotropism. The gravity is pulling the roots. The roots are moving toward the gravity, known as geotropism. So in the phototropism and geotropism, an important role is played by a hormone known as auxin. In the next video, we will discuss the remaining 4 phytohormones. They are gibberellin, cytokinin, abscisic acid, and finally ethylene. Okay, thank you.